What is up, everybody, and welcome back to another Madden 20 online game. Today we have the Cincinnati Bengals going against the Los Angeles Rams, who just recently acquired Jalen Ramsey from the Jacksonville Jaguars via trade. And Jalen Ramsey is a player that we've already done an X Factor video on, but we have to see what Jalen Ramsey is like on the same defense as Aaron Donald, right? We gotta see what these new Rams colors will do for Jalen Ramsey. And we're gonna see him pretty early because my opponent forces us into a 3. Now we're gonna punt the ball with Johnny Hecker. Fine by me because we want to see what Jalen Ramsey's all about. If you guys hear any chattering in the background throughout this video, that was my opponent. He had his mic on throughout the video. I'm not going to mic him up and raise his volume. But he was on the mic the whole time talking some trash, having some fun. But throwing a pick on this play to Jalen Ramsey. And it's going to be a pick 6. And just like that, the shutdown X Factor ability is activated. It took exactly one defensive play for Jalen Ramsey to make a major impact for this Rams defense, who just traded away Marcus Peters, who put Aqib Talib on at least a temporary IR. They need help in that secondary, and Jalen Ramsey is already providing a major spark. You see Ramsey on that right side. He's got the shutdown activated, going against John Ross, AJ Green, healthy in Madden, as you see Jalen Ramsey getting beat on the drag route by John Ross. Jalen Ramsey doesn't have, quite the speed to keep up with John Ross. So what we are about to do is I'm actually going to switch Jalen Ramsey onto AJ Green for the rest of the game. So we're going to have his best receiver go against our best cornerback, especially while Jalen has the shutdown X Factor ability going on. As you see a weird glitch going on here. For a moment, John Ross was lined up at the line of scrimmage for some reason instead of being out wide. As you see, we're just playing straight up man-to-man coverage. The snap just gets off before a penalty. Look at Ramsey clamping Green. Jalen Ramsey ran the route for AJ Green on that play. And AJ Green is one of the top receivers in the NFL. You see that same glitch happens once again where his left guard is out of place. The offensive line back in place on 3rd down and 2. Here is Dalton. Watch out. That is Clay Matthews off the edge getting the sack. Hurry up for my opponent. He's in his feelings here. 4th down and 13. He wants to go for it. Jalen Ramsey still in the zone. Here comes Clay Matthews. Back-to-back sacks and a turnover on downs. And it looked like Clay might have actually came in unblocked in that play because of what was happening to my opponent's offensive line, as that was nearly dropped and intercepted in an odd-looking play. 3rd down 13, we call Todd Gurley's number up on the screen. Gurley trying to get fancy, and probably a bit too fancy right there if we wanted to get that 1st down. So Blake Bortles is going to hold for Greg the Leg. We get ourselves a 10-0 lead, and remember, Jalen Ramsey still has that shutdown ability going on for him. So obviously that's the big news going on. Jalen Ramsey requested a trade. He hasn't played the last couple of games due to, the quote-unquote back injury. Believe it however much you want, but either way, Jalen Ramsey is supposed to be playing this weekend for the Rams, making his Rams debut against the Atlanta Falcons. And especially, you probably see Jalen Ramsey a lot against Julio Jones. So that should be a pretty fun matchup. We're going to try to get at least somewhat of a preview here by putting Jalen Ramsey against AJ Green. As you see, Ramsey continues to clamp, and Christian had the pick, but I don't know, the animation just led me away from the ball for some reason. 2nd down 10, Joe Mixon. Remember, Joe Mixon's on this Bengals team, and he's a pretty decent running back whenever this offensive line actually blocks for him, which is going to happen on this play. 3rd down and 5, Mixon with the cut, getting the extra yardage before Donald brings him down, and what that Joe Mixon run does is it knocks Jalen Ramsey out the zone. Remember, shutdown is any 30 yards will knock Jalen Ramsey out of the zone. So it doesn't matter if it's all rushing yards, which is pretty much happening right here. My opponent's trying to hurry up. He's feeling himself, just constantly calling this stretch. Now he goes a bit of play action, and he's got himself a decent gain to the tight end. A little out route right there. Still running hurry up out here. He's in his bag right now, going back to the stretch. But this time we've got defense for that. Or if anything, his players are just getting tired. Clay Matthews once again with a big time tackle. 3rd down and 6. Back to the ground game and the easy 1st down for Joe Mixon. So it's hard to see what Jalen Ramsey is going to be doing with this squad when, my opponent runs it every single play. He goes play action on 1st down and goal, and that's going to be a nice game. That'll take us to the 2-minute warning at the 1-yard line. Dalton caps off a pretty impressive drive from my opponent, getting it in for 6. And yeah, like I said, you guys can probably hear him. He was on his mic the whole game. He was having fun, nothing too crazy. No reason to really, raise his volume back there, but you guys might be able to hear a word or two what he's saying. As you see, we go a bit of a jet sweep there to Robert Woods. Of course, we got to run some jet jet sweeps and stuff like that when we're playing with the Rams. Going to Cooper Kupp in the middle of the field. Cooper Kupp is one of the players that recently got a superstar ability. Not an X Factor ability, but got a superstar ability from the recent patch for Madden 20. 2nd down and 7. That'll be Robert Woods in the middle of the field. Cooper Kupp's ability is cross specialist, and I think it's like cross and post specialist or something like that. Whatever it is, we're not exactly using it right now. That's not really our MO out here. 2nd down and 7. Goff. Oh my gosh. That was Cooper Kupp for an open touchdown. I don't know if that was a specialist or what, but Cooper Kupp was wide open, and I realized it as I got sacked, and I was like, damn, man, the middle of the field should be open next play. Not really. Tyler Higbee, the intended target there, and that will be intercepted by Visual. And with 19 seconds left, the score stays 10-7 as Jalen Ramsey gets his second interception of the half. Ramsey trying to get the pick 6. Oh, that's close, but he is tackled 1 yard short. Jalen Ramsey one-on-one against AJ Green, winning the battle and pretty much scoring 14 points for this Rams squad, because that pick, the last pick, pretty much resulted in a touchdown. We just ran it in from 1 yard out. So Jalen Ramsey looked like he was a step behind, still gets the jump over AJ Green, and once again has Shutdown activated as Andy Dalton facing the pressure of Aaron Donald. He's just chucking on the final play of the first half. It doesn't even matter if it gets intercepted, if anything. Nickel Roby-Coleman will get the ball, and we will start the second half with a 17-7 lead, pretty much exclusively because of Jalen Ramsey and the defense. So early on, we got some great early returns. Aaron Donald should have more time to hopefully get a pass rush in there. Donald hasn't gotten a sack yet, but with Jalen Ramsey locking up the back end, you should expect a sack sometime soon as Dalton. He wants AJ Green. That's the only route on the field, but Jalen Ramsey has Shutdown activated again, so that's not something you want to do. We're just running man coverage throughout the game, isolating Jalen Ramsey on one side of the field, which is definitely risky going against AJ Green, because AJ Green can beat Ramsey. But for the most part, Ramsey is just dominating that matchup as Dalton gonna hand it off, and there's Aaron Donald. Oh man, Donald almost gets his tackle slipped out there by Mixon. Mixon falling forward for a decent gain, continuing to go man coverage and just isolating that left side of the field. We're gonna take Weddle and try to free roam, but unfortunately Tyler Boyd gets a matchup against Clay Matthews, and that's gonna work pretty well for Boyd and pretty well for the Bengals, because now Jalen Ramsey is back out of the zone. We're still gonna primarily run that cover 2 look we've been running the whole game, and taking the safety on the side of Jalen Ramsey and moving him out the way. Though here we go, a bit of cover 3. Doesn't quite work out for us. It's going to be an out route to John Ross. And once again, my opponent is back to moving the ball downfield pretty efficiently out here. He has 3 interceptions, 2 of those to Jalen Ramsey. And as you see, he just continues to try to run that out route. This time we make the adjustment, and Andy Dalton has nothing to do but throw the ball away. So now that we made the adjustment on the defensive end, we'll see what Dalton's got next. As you see, I believe Ramsey gets beat downfield, but since Jalen Ramsey has gotten a couple of interceptions, it's like he's not even looking at Jalen Ramsey's way. Yes, 3rd down and 10. We try to come with the all-out blitz, but I think we might have sent one or too many people on that one. And I try to cover the back end with Eric Weddle, who is not the fastest man on the planet. Here's Dalton, 1st down, rolling, firing, and that's a touchdown to Tyler Boyd. I thought we had that one. I thought he put his hands in the cookie jar, but Dalton's actually able to put that to where only Boyd can get it, I suppose. So it's back to a 3-point game, and it's up to our offense to do something, right? We did move the ball downfield before the end of the first half, and then we threw the pick, so it is possible for us to move this ball. We just got to do it now more than ever, because if we punt this ball back to him or turn it over, whatever, he's showing he's capable of driving the ball downfield. 2nd down and 8. It's a sweep to Brandon Cooks, and it's near a 1st down. We will start the 4th quarter with a key 3rd down and 2 in this game, and we're looking to pass here with Andy Dalton, making sure we double team Geno Atkins in the middle of the field. So Goff, did I say Andy Dalton? It's Jared Goff at quarterback here. Goff throws the dime. Goff hands it off to Todd Gurley, and Gurley getting a big time 1st down. We haven't really ran the ball with Todd Gurley too much, so we will technically run the ball with Gurley on the sweep, and Gurley is getting positive yards for us, so why go away from that? Next play, it's a counter to Todd Gurley in open space, and Todd Gurley for the 3rd consecutive play, getting a nice gain as we go. Pitch to Todd Gurley, looking for the blocks to set up. Oh, one-on-one with Sean Williams. It was a touchdown, and Williams doesn't make that tackle. Instead, we go to the 2-minute warning with a 2nd down and 8. And we have to go with Todd Gurley, right? And that's exactly what we do. But this time, my opponent sends all the goons at Gurley, who maybe got half a yard in that play, maybe lost a half a yard. Either way, this 3rd down and 8 might just decide the game if we get the 1st down or a touchdown here. 5 wide for Goff. Unblocked man off the edge. That's Dunlap. And that's going to be a big-time sack for the Bengals defense, who calls their 2nd of 3 timeouts. But I'm okay with this situation because this means that my opponent has to go downfield, minute 44 left, has to score a touchdown and try to win this game, and he's going to have to deal with Jalen Ramsey. What better stage to put Jalen Ramsey on in his Rams debut, right? Like, this is cool. And we got a lot of Jalen Ramsey just absolutely bump up AJ Green. Nothing open on the play. Dalton has the time, but cannot find anyone. 9 for 17 passing with those 3 picks. Minute 32 left in the game. Gonna dump it down to Mixon, but you can't do too many of those dump downs because the clock is going to work against you and work against you quickly. You see the runoff time. Minute 15 left. That wasn't even a 1st down. 3rd down and 1. Dalton is down, and once again that odd alignment where the offensive alignment is split out wide. Look, it's happening again. I have no idea why. John Ross is in the middle in an illegal formation easily, but the refs are letting it slide. I don't think my opponent really knows what's going on here. I don't even really know what's going on here. The game's on the line, and that's going to be an unblocked sack for Hager, and a weird way to end this game as my opponent rage quits knowing the game is pretty much over. So a weird game, but we end up getting the win. More importantly than anything else, we showed off Jalen Ramsey and what he's all about in this Rams gear, making plays, got the pick 6, almost had 2 pick 6s in the game, so that was pretty cool. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you guys next time.